Hi students, today 9th standard geography unit 1 lithosphere. You have already learned that spheres of earth, lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere and all. So today we are going to see about the lithosphere. And what is meant by lithosphere? It is the outer part of the earth crust. Okay, the solid part which is lies in the earth crust. That only we are going to see of today's lesson, and in that lithosphere we are going to see the endogenetic process, especially the endogenetic process. You have learned what is lithosphere, that is different, but in this lesson we are going to see about the endogenetic process, which means the internal process of the earth. Okay, so shall we move on to the topic? Today we are going to see first topic is structure of the earth. What is the structure of the earth? You may have a different things. We will see the earth only the outer layer, okay, but we don't know what is inside the earth. That only here I have shown you. This is the outer layer. We can say it is a skin of the layer, that is nothing but crust. Okay, so that is only lithosphere. We are telling earth's crust, that is the crust here, and this is the ocean crust and this is the continental crust which we can see. Okay, then inside that, the crust beneath, that is called mantle. Beneath the crust it will be called mantle, and then the innermost layer is called core. So first we are going to see about the crust. What is inside crust? There will be two different crusts. One is continental crust and another one is oceanic crust. And the crust is a solid and rigid layer. We can see the outer layer will be very solid. Okay, we see rocks and sands will be in the solid forms. And then that continental crust. The continental crust which I have marked yellow, that is continental crust, which contain the Sial. What is mean by Sial is silica and aluminium. Okay, the component of the continental crust is silica and aluminium, that is called Sial. And the ocean crust is called Sima. The component of ocean crust will be having Sial and magnesium. Okay, so next we are going to see about the mantle. Here the upper mantle and the inner mantle. Okay, the upper mantle and inner mantle, there is a two different types. Okay, upper mantle and inner mantle, and the mantle's thickness will be 2900 kilometer depth. Okay, and then the element which the mantle have is Sima. Okay, silica and magnesium. And the upper mantle, which I told, no, upper mantle will be in the solid forms. We can see the rocks, mountain rocks will be there, and more rocks content, coal which will be having in the upper mantle, and inside the lower mantle will be molten materials will be having, the solid rocks and more gases, the molten magma will be having, no, that will be have here. Okay, lower mantle will be having a magma, molten materials. And next we are going to see about the core, the innermost layer of the earth. Okay, innermost layer of the earth, it is very hot. Okay, hottest layer also, and in this layer have a component of element of nickel and iron. Nickel and iron, because of that nickel and iron it is be very hottest. Okay, then the solid inner layer, the inner layer will be very solid forms. Okay, because of the heat and pressure, the inner layer will be solid form, the outer layer will be liquid. Okay, because of the magma here also having, so the liquid form will be having in the inner layer. And then because of the iron content in the core is very important for our gravitational force which the earth have specially. Okay, the core iron content is the responsible for the gravitational force of the earth. So hope you all understood the structure of the earth. Now we will see about the rock, which we saw about here, the more content, no, which will be under the earth, more rocks will be there. So we are going to see about the rocks. So as we learned before classes, we have learned the types of rocks. Okay, what are the types of rocks? Igneous rocks. How the igneous rocks will be formed? We have learned in the lava. volcanoes will be inject magma, this magma, molten magma into the earth surface, and it came to the earth surface, it will be named as lava. Once the lava sedimented, once the lava cooled down, this forms the igneous rock. Okay, see, the word igneous means fire. The Latin word ignis means fire, because from the fire only the lava came out and it cooled down and forms a igneous rock. Igneous rock is also known as primary or a mother rock, because from the igneous rock only other two rocks will be formed. Okay, so the second rock is sedimentary rock. What does mean by sedimentary? Sedimentary means settlement. How the rocks will be settled? See, due to the river, glacier and wind, these due to this erosion, the rocks will be, small bit of rocks and soils will be came down and settled in one place. That is called sedimentary rock. Okay, so the sedimentary rock, after few years, these rocks, bit of rocks and soils will be sedimented. After a few million years, these become a solid form, become a rock. Okay, so next was fossils. What is meant by fossil? In that rock, no, when the river and glaciers will be taking some bits of rock, along with that animals, decayed animals, death of animals and plants, death of animals and plants will be also joined with that deposit and formed a rock. That is called fossils, which will be in the sediment of the top of the sedimentary rock. For example of this rock, no, igneous rock, you have an example of granite and basalts. Granite, you know very well, from the buildings you can have a granite floors, which will call for kitchen and all, we will put a black granite. Okay, shiny granite stones, that is called granite, and that is become from the igneous rock. And another example for the sedimentary rock is sandstone and limestone. How the sandstone will form? For just an example, if you have a mud, if you have a normal sand, for a builders and all have sand, no, if you keep the sand without covering it, due to the wind, due to the rainy and sunny will be going to that sand will have a thick layer. If you touch that, sand will come as a part, not as a loose sand, it will come as a part. This is an example for you to become a sandstone will be formed like that only. If you keep the sand for a few million years, you will never touch that. The sand will be termed as a stone. Okay, that is called sandstone and limestone. And next we are going to see about the metamorphic rock. What is mean by metamorphic rock? When the igneous rock and the sedimentary rock, okay, this changed because of the more million years, we never touched the sedimentary rock and an igneous rock, then that become a sedimented over under the earth, it will go down to that and sedimented, and it changed the character of that rock. Igneous rock changed its character and component, and likewise sedimentary rock also changed their character and the component, which termed as metamorphic rock. Okay, so the change of forms. Metamorphic means change of forms. So sedimentary and the igneous change their forms into a metamorphic rock. Okay, so because why it was changed? Because of the heat and pressure. Because when the rock inside, when it go inside, the heat will be more and the pressure also will be more. Because of the pressure and heat, these sedimentary and igneous rock changed into metamorphic rock. And for example, I told you igneous, there is an example of granite. Okay, this granite will be termed as gneiss in metamorphic rock. Okay, gneiss is a metamorphic rock, granite is a igneous rock. So igneous rock turned into gneiss, a metamorphic rock. Like that, sedimentary rock we saw limestone. Likewise, the metamorphic rock here, the limestone has been changed into marble, which we are using. No, the famous Taj Mahal is a white marble. This is the white marble is also a metamorphic rock. Okay. Next, we are going to see about the plate tectonic. Next topic is plate tectonic. We have learned in the volcanoes or earthquake, due to the tectonic activities we will learn. What does mean by tectonic? The plates inside the earth crust, there will be a plate form. The land will be in a layers of plates. Okay, so that plates float independently over mantle. over mantle, these plates will be floated independently in the different direction and a different speed. Okay, that will be have a collision. What is mean by collision? When the two plates meet together, that time the some vibration or some crash will be happen. That is called collision. Okay, so that is called this happening. The collision will be given some causes to the earth crust. That is called tectonic. Okay, so that is called plate tectonic. Now we have a different type of plates. Okay, I told you different direction and different speed. So based on the direction, here different type of plate boundaries are there. So first is the convergent boundary, convergent plate boundary, divergent plate boundaries, and conservation or a transform plate boundaries. What is the difference here? See, convergent boundaries here, two plates will come. Okay, so two plates will meet together at the same time. The plate, because of the thickness, one plate go beneath the other plate, so it forms a folded mountains. Okay, that is called convergent boundaries. One of the example of the folded mountain is our Himalaya, because how the Himalaya was formed we have no. The Agargara landmass and the Gondwana landmass meet together, the between the sea will be there. So because of the compression, the land will be folded. Okay, so the plate will be folded and the Himalaya will be formed, folded mountains will be formed. So where the convergent boundaries are there, the folded mountains will be there. Okay, next is the divergent boundaries. Here we saw that plates come to closer one, so the folded mountain happens. But here the plates will go different direct, go away from the another plates. So let's see here, one plate will go right side and one plate will go left side. So because of the plate, the ridge will be happen, the gap will be coming in the earth crust, which erupt the magma from the earth surface. So how this places this kind of divergent plate boundaries you can see in the mid-Atlantic ridges. Okay, mid-Atlantic ridges you can see these magma will come out in the different places. Suddenly the magma will come out from the earth crust because of the divergent plate boundaries only. Next class was conservation or a transform boundaries. See here the plates will move horizontally. See, one is going upward and one is going downward. Because of that, the plates will be crashed together, will form earthquake also. This kind of convergent plate boundaries you can see in the San Andreas fault. Okay, thank you students.